Welcome to HR Voices, real talk with people leaders who are in it every day. We get into the messy stuff, the challenges that keep them up at night, and how they're actually fixing them. No corporate fluff, just smart conversations for people who care about people. HR Voices is brought to you by All Voices, the platform that cuts hours of manual HR work with step-by-step workflows and AI to assist with investigations, performance improvement, accommodations, leave requests, and more, so you can get back to the human side of HR. Welcome to HR Voices. I'm your host, Emily Fenech, and today I get to chat with Kate Kemp, the Chief People Officer at Restaurant 365. Welcome, Kate.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're so glad you're here. So, Kate, Restaurant 365 is an all-in-one platform for restaurant management. It's trusted by Burger King, Taco Bell, KFC, Wendy's, McDonald's. It seems like most every major franchisee restaurant chain is running their business on your platform. And before that, you held HR leadership positions at DocuSign and Airbnb. So can you tell us what it's like being you and what it's like to lead people strategy at these huge, rapidly scaling tech companies?
Hi, that's a great question. What it's like being me, I'd say there's never a dull day, and I think that's all of us, right? It's been such a fun journey, and getting to work alongside with and for really brilliant, passionate people, I think is what makes the work that we do so fulfilling. And all of us are really here to solve problems for our employees, who then support and solve problems for our customers. And to me, that's super powerful, is being able to sort of unlock things for people via your work that removes friction in their day-to-day and helps them enjoy what they're doing and be better at their jobs, so that they can in turn turn around and support customers and build products that people love and really bring joy and ease to people's lives in the broader community. So super fulfilling and never a dull day. As I said, never the same.
Right. That's a common thread with the HR leaders I speak to.
Yeah, you can always be surprised, which is fun, frankly, right?
I was foolish enough to ask on one episode, like, what's your average day like? And they're like, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't. And if it does, you're like, uh-oh, what's coming?
Yeah, it's like when
totally.
a talk is quiet or something.
Yeah. You run, not walk, to find out where's the quiet coming from. You got it. Yep, that's right.
Well, we're all starting 2026 planning, which I can't believe 2025 is wrapping up. And I'm just curious what's on your mind and what is the biggest challenge that your people and, your employees, what's the biggest challenge you personally are facing and that your employees are facing as we roll into the new year?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think 2026 is a really interesting mashup of a couple of things. One, I think, is AI. And obviously, that's been part of the narrative for some time, and it's ramping up and it's amping up. And there's such a mix of idea and concept and reality and practice around it. And I think we, in our line of work, have such an amazing opportunity because change is constant. And really, it's coming at us faster than it ever has before. So the folks who are really thriving in the age of AI are the ones who are looking at each of these shifts, not as really as disruption as much as an opportunity. And I think I'm very fortunate to get to work alongside folks in an organization where there's a high tolerance for change, and people view it as an exciting way to sort of level up in their roles and to test and iterate and fail fast, really be more impactful using a lot of the resources that are coming via AI. But I'd say that constant of change is a really key part of building a healthy culture. And I'd say it starts at the individual level, right? How do we support a growth mindset within ourselves, for our teams, for the organization? Because really in the world today, all of the shifts that are happening, there's global shifts, the world is kind of crazy, AI is coming, constant innovation. You can't just survive in change, you really have to embrace it. And so to me, it's fundamentally both a challenge and opportunity that the pace of change is accelerating. And so our opportunity to learn and grow with it and have a really fun time while we stretch ourselves is that much faster as well.
Yeah. So how are you supporting people to ensure that they are maintaining that growth mindset and they are embracing it? Is there any sort of programs or things that you're doing as a people leader to
Great question.
help with the change management?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think all of us are being asked not only to evolve what we're doing, but how we're doing it. And it can feel sort of relentless, right? And so to your point, it's starting with ourselves and really making sure that we show up with the right energy, mindset, behaviors, and we really create an incredible experience for our employees, because we are sort of change agents and we're facing employees every day in our line of work. And so I think as long as employees see that from us and we ourselves are taking care of monitoring and investing in AI as sort of becoming AI native as a people team and function, employees are seeing that, they feel supported, and then they can show up at their best and sort of be modeling the same behaviors. I think it's HR, I think it's leaders as well, right? Where we're really, leaders are embracing the change, they're positioning it as an opportunity, they are leaning into it and testing and iterating. And then really that enables us again to just solve problems, delight customers, drive innovation all at once.
Yeah. So my next question was going to be, what trend is impacting your team? It sounds like AI, it's just like,
AI. Yeah, I think there's AI. And then I also just think with AI comes this expectation around efficiency, right? We're asking folks to kind of level up. And I think how we think about doing so with a lot of empathy, with a lot of clarity, great context setting, giving people the opportunity to grow, right? And encouraging it in a really supported way. And also being clear. And I think we're all trying to get more efficient. We're all trying to get lean. We don't want to be doing that from a place of fear. And so to me, it's enabling that transition, right? While holding a high bar and continuing to hold a high bar to motivate people and make use of the carrot versus stick in a time of change is super important, right? So that people are not leaning into it out of necessity, but out of desire to change and grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Heather, you mentioned having like modeling it, the leadership team modeling it, the HR team itself becoming AI native. Is there any sort of people processes that you've had some success with automation or AI that you're excited about?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the use cases are endless. And for anyone who uses LinkedIn, I think every day you get, a pitch for a new product or a new tool or a new system. And so what our team has been doing is taking the calls. And it's been fun because you learn a lot about the landscape really quickly. And we've also been encouraging people to go out and test things and almost pitch, right? To go out and find use cases for their roles, find use cases for specific bodies of work, and come back and pitch that and think about how it fits into our workflows, into our tech stack. And then we kind of have collaborative conversations where we're encouraging the testing and we're encouraging the research. And it puts people in the chair of figuring out how to make their jobs easier, make the work that they're doing more efficient, and really then get them excited and engaged around using and deploying the things that we opt into. And it keeps it top of mind, right? Because we're almost like gamifying it and making it a fun exploratory mission instead of a mandate, right? And so it just kind of pivots it. And again, then people find personalized ways to really use and deploy AI in their roles, and making sure then that it's part of a collective conversation and that it's very cohesive in terms of supporting the employee experience. But people get jazzed. Instead of being told what to do and how to do it, they instead are like finding these eureka moments, whether it's in TA or in data analytics or really learning an experience. It just, people get excited because they're getting to deliver value themselves.
Yeah. And you're building like more savvy tech buyers in that process too. Because I think if you encourage people
Great
to
point.
Totally. I'm on the tech side of the house.
Yeah.
And I think what we hear sometimes is a head scratcher of, promises that have been made, of what AI can and cannot do. Yeah. And I think that you just get a real good meter of
barometer. Totally. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And you also get you're turning people who have been recruiters for 30 years into like AI savants, right? Or aspiring AI savants, right? Where they're like so excited to find a way to screen candidates this much more efficiently. And they're like coming back and selling it them. You know what I mean? And so like just the passion around like how people think about their professional experience and like making that better with tools is just, I think it's like super rewarding and motivating to people, right? Because who doesn't want to be better at their job, right? And who doesn't want to get out of the minutia or the mundane and get to focus more on the like really heady stuff and the stuff that really draws on their experience and their passion and their superpowers. So all in, it's a win. But I think like we've been saying, it's a change. And so how you get people along is like the success or the failure of any change, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. I think I haven't heard that before. I talk about AI a lot with HR leaders and the fact that you're sort of like, just take the call, just learn,
Yeah. Gamify it. Make it fun.
Make it fun.
Yeah.
I do that personally with like marketing tools. I'm out there. I will, if it's 20 minutes and I get to learn something that maybe I haven't seen before, or that sounds like an interesting use case, I feel like I'm always that much smarter, that much more aware of the market afterward.
Hmm.
And I think that's just a really great place to be right now
To
is,
operate from. Totally. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to tell me it's hard to tell me a revenue operations or marketing tool I haven't heard of, you know?
There you go. I don't know though. Like tomorrow, wait, check your inbox.
That's right. That's right.
You may be surprised.
Yeah, it's a balancing act between
It's a
getting
balance.
what they
Yeah.
call it, getting pitch slapped and actually getting value,
Pit
man.
slapped is so good. Yeah, totally. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So of all the stuff that you have tried, we don't have to name names, or you can if you want to, but any cool tools, experiments, automations that sort of like rise to the top as something that you're really excited about?
Yeah, so here's I'm gonna like reframe it slightly, and we've been talking about how we're thinking about it within HR, and I'd say the same behaviors are showing up. I was just chatting with one of our engineering leaders where they're doing the same for their teams, and I think there's a couple of really cool ways that we, in addition to just like encouraging people to test things out, we set up AI champions. So each department has one or two folks in the organization who self-selected in to essentially be the hub for the department. And so if people have AI use cases that they want to talk about, they chat with this person. If we have an enterprise AI tool that we're deploying, and this person becomes the change agent in the organization, and they can host roundtables, they can do so. Like, to me, that's another way to get bottoms up and tops down kind of like engagement, right? And that way they're also in a spot where they can help sort of filter, because obviously our head of, IT would not have that much fun if every employee was like, hey, I found these 10 new tools. So we have these AI champions who are in the chair for their department because they're subject matter experts of the work. They have the relationships in their team, and then we meet with them bi-weekly and we share best practice and we chat and we all get to nerd out and make decisions together. So that's one. Two, we're thinking about an AI hackathon where, again, people can submit their ideas. We're going to have a reward for the person who has sort of the most effective business and customer impacting AI solution or use case to accelerate impact in their role. And so to me, it's like, again, just weaving it in, right? In addition to the standard, like it's now in our hiring profiles, it's going to become a performance expectation. It's going to be like all of that stuff. It's also just like, how do you weave it in so that people are thinking about it all the time, that they have places to go to talk about it, and it's showing up as well as native in Slack, in their email, in sales pitch calls. Like, you kind of have to meet people where they are. And so we're just making sure to harmonize there. And so we're not adding to, ideally, right? We're just augmenting, adjusting, tweaking to make it feel really frictionless and smooth, but continue to level up our tech stack, our technology, our investments as well.
Yeah. I absolutely love that idea. It feels like, you could hire someone to come in, teach everybody AI,
Yeah.
but like everyone's just kind of zone out for that day.
100%.
More
Yeah.
on like more
Yeah.
always on approach to, we're always learning, and giving that person, whoever that champion is, like what a huge opportunity to shine within the organization, to be seen, to get recognition. And it really rewards that growth mindset that you want to drive and promote.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. Yep. They get to
I
model
love
it.
it.
Yep.
I love that. We'll probably steal that idea at All Voices. We should
Please do. Please do. I love it. I think it's great. We call it the Champions Council, and they come and talk all things AI, and we're able to quantify the impact of certain use cases and tools, and like departments come together and try things out. And it just like makes it a really collaborative and open dialogue, right? Versus we're coding over here and we're vibe coding, and it's like it just makes it something we all are like, oh, tell me more, right? Like there are not as many HR professionals who like light up like this because it's something that really applies to all of us, right? And so it's just it's something for the people, which I love.
I love that too. I also like the collaborative nature of that too. Like it's kind of hard to drive cross-functional collaboration all the time, but what I like about AI is, we've seen it in our organization, customer feedback being something that comes from everywhere. And we all get to now collaborate. We have AI at the center of that, which I don't know, just makes it feel a lot more like, hey, we're all making this
together.
We're all making this together.
Totally. Yeah. It's huge. And it's organic, to your point. Like it's not here is our goal, everyone go do, like it's this really organic, like everyone's just opting into it. And so it works. It sticks. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of final words of advice for our audience? I know there's a lot of people out there who I do still hear people feel behind.
Okay.
I occasionally hear that. So for someone who maybe isn't quite there yet, I'm seeing it as an opportunity. Maybe they're just feeling a little bit overwhelmed or a little bit behind. Do you have any advice for someone like that?
Yeah. I mean, look, we're all behind. let's be real. Like AI, I mean, if any of us was like there, we would have built and sold our own AI company, right? So we're all learning together. And I don't think there's like a behind or in front. I think what makes you behind is if you're like doing the head in the sand thing that you mentioned, right? So like behind, like pull your head up, and if you're looking around, you're great. This is like such a amorphous, new, novel, like ambiguous thing, and like I don't think there's a behind or in front, right? So I'd say like give yourself a break, give yourself some grace. Like it comes down to the same anchoring things as everything else. Like manage your perception, manage your energy around it, right? Like think of it as just filling your cup, trying some things out, getting incrementally better every day. And when in doubt, just like go talk to ChatGPT and get some advice, right? Like, or Claude or whoever you consult with. Sort of kidding, but I think
AI, the problem and solution.
The solution and everything in between, right? So none of it, I don't think anyone has it figured out, right? Like I think that's what's super fun about it is like there's no right or wrong. There's obviously like using AI responsibly, and there's the security around all of that, but I do not in any way, shape, or form imagine myself as being ahead or even at the meet, right? We're all just doing it. And I think as long as you approach it with the same like levity and grace and curiosity as you do anything else, it's successful, right?
Yeah. I love that
Yeah.
attitude. How encouraging.
Good. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kate. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Good. Me too. It was such a pleasure, and all the best to you. It's been fun. Bye.